I'm gonna be honest, I hope Zepla covers this on her main channel as well. Like, more in depth. I'm looking, well, maybe this might be in depth, I don't know. But I assume it's not because it's on the secondary. I can't believe Final Fantasy XIV is gonna be on mobile though. I mean, they already had a mobile app, right? But like, I guess this means like the actual game? Like, how does that even work? Or is it like a spin-off game? How does that even work? Is that why they made the game so easy to play? I'm taking pot shots at the game now. Alright. Anyways, let's go ahead and see what's going on.
Also, yeah.
Need to turn it up again. Dang. Keep forgetting.
So,
Too high. There we go.
Final Fantasy XIV Mobile game has been approved in China as an import.
Okay, so approved in China. But what about global and stuff? The game is titled Final Fantasy XIV Crystal World. Okay, so it's not the MMO. Probably. And it was developed by Tencent. However, it is still classified as an imported foreign game in China. Nonetheless, this does not mean that the game development itself has been completed. Huh.
Imported game?
You know what this kinda sounds like then? This actually kinda sounds like one of those spin-off games like Final Fantasy XV had for mobile as well. I think that I believe this is that.
Yes, they're doing it! Yes, they are doing it. We,
Wow, the community would always meme about this, to be honest. Because, like, in the game, there's, like, an option to go through your tombstone, aka the phone. And, like, you would just, like, stand there and just, like, do that as one of your AFK idols and stuff. And then it's like, huh, Final Fantasy, mobile, huh, lol. And now the company be like, so, we see you guys been using that emote.
about this and laughed whenever the Square Enix CEO said,
I love how this is in the r/Genshin 26 days ago from this. That's funny. r/Genshin.
Square Enix should have made a game like Genshin Impact first.
Wait. Ah, that would be why. They're cross-posting it by saying like Genshin Impact, like Honkai Star Rail, like etc. Wait, what does it even say? The issue is not the cost of development, but the selling price and market size, Navok said. We need to acknowledge that many players now prefer service-based games and are willing to spend money and time to play titles like Genshin Impact instead of Final Fantasy, he says. The real mystery to me is why anyone other than Square Enix made Genshin Impact. What? Huh? What does that even mean? It's a market that Square Enix should have captured. Oh, I see what they mean now. The meaning, like what Genshin Impact is. I expect the production of similar titles will be a big focus for the next few years. So true. And for Square Enix, profits generated by live service games like Final Fantasy XIV and smartphone games like Dragon Quest Walk, I've actually never heard of that one, are helping the company's struggling one-time purchase games, showing that live service games are where consumers want to spend their money and time, Navok said. I mean, that's true. Like, games are active and there's people that you could chat with too. They're like, it doesn't have to be a very good game. People will go more towards like where other people are compared to like solo, because it's very lonely out there in the world and people just want to be acknowledged. But who?
Yes, we laughed and laughed.
How much have I been talking? It hasn't even been a minute yet. I need to shut up.
Because yeah, the issue is not the cost of development, but the selling price and market size, Navok said. We need to acknowledge that many players now prefer service-based games and are willing to spend money and time to play titles like Genshin Impact instead of Final Fantasy, he says. The real mystery to me is why anyone other than Square Enix made Genshin Impact.
Dragon Quest gacha confirmed. Dragon Quest open world gacha confirmed.
It's a market that Square Enix should have captured. I expect the production of similar titles will be a big focus for the next few years.
I mean, they already have a Dragon Quest Online game, right, in JP. It's pretty good, but like, if they like made a new one with like updated game core mechanics and stuff, I think that would be their version of Genshin. Oh, what was that? That wasn't mine, was it? No, couldn't be.
Yes.
Let me just...
So we don't know what
Nope.
kind of mobile game
that was theirs.
it's gonna be right now. All we know
I have a pretty good idea what kind of mobile game it's gonna be, to be honest. Probably similar to Final Fantasy XV, but also the Final Fantasy game that's already out. The one where it's like 7 and all the other ones kind of combined in like the metaverse. I think it's going to combine those two together to make Final Fantasy XIV Mobile. Like, that's my thoughts on it. Because just the name itself, the crystal whatever, just even the word crystal makes me think that. Because whenever they make a game, it's like a reference to crystal towers and whatnot. And, well, whenever they say crystal, it's like a reference to Crystal Tower, I should say. And a lot of their games that had to do with the Crystal Tower that was also mobile or like solo single player games, it kind of had like a similar feel of like, you know, maybe this is just going to be a gacha just so, you know, to make more money. I think it's going to be an autoplay game where you can kind of play manually. I think it's going to be turn-based. I think it's going to have a story that's like a bit light. It's not going to have to do too much of like canon lore, I guess. Like I'm sure it's like lore to Final Fantasy XIV, but it's like stuff that's not in the game. Like let's say the Lolopritos, what those the space bunnies are trying to make a cake. Like, let's say that's like one of the side story quests inside the new mobile game for Final Fantasy XIV. That's what I think is going to happen. Like, legit, I think they're going to have like lore-based stories, but it's not going to be like things that you're going to see in the main game.
is that a FFXIV mobile game got approved in China, but based on what, you know, comments made by former Square Enix CEO and recently, kind of makes you wonder that perhaps we will be pulling for 5-star Aaronville and 5-star Manphilia in the coming
5-star Minfilia. That would be crazy. Now that I think about it, yeah, that's true. There is a 5-star Minfilia.
days. As for Square Enix, profits generated by live service games like Final Fantasy XIV and smartphone games like
I was going to say Minfilia, there's only a 4-star, but then I was like, wait. And then I like recall events. I'm like,
Walker helping the company struggling one-time purchase games, showing that live service games are where customers want to spend their money and time. Final Fantasy XIV Mobile is under works. Yes. Xputer learned F14 Mobile is currently in development. As per the site sources, bringing the popular MMORPG to mobile devices is a joint project of Square Enix and Tencent.
bringing the popular MMORPG to mobile devices doesn't mean it's going to be an MMORPG on mobile devices. I mean, technically, a lot of things fall under that category now. Even those turn-based gachas where you mainly play alone, and then there's like a co-op mode every now and then. Like, when Wuthering Waves also kind of be technically considered an MMORPG. It's kind of like finicky.
Both companies signed a letter of intent
And that's what, honestly, I think is going to happen in this case, too.
to form a strategic alliance in 2018, and in 2021, Yasuke Matsuda, then president of Square Enix, announced that some projects were underway. Yeah. It's not
I
gonna
love
be
the music, by the way. It's the dancer music when you first become a dancer, or it's the main theme of dancer in Final Fantasy XIV.
14 on mobile where you have all your buttons. I don't think it's gonna be that. I think it's gonna be a standalone thing. Maybe even a gotcha.
Oh,
I
it's for
hope
sure a
not.
gotcha.
I hope not. I really hope not.
Someone
Specifically,
said rip Final Fantasy XI Mobile. There was a mobile for that?
FFXIV, yes. Final Fantasy XIV Crystal World, it's called. Yeah.
Right, Crystal World. Okay. So, all the more reason it feels more like it's gonna deal with, what's it called? Other characters you don't get to see too much in the game, and like their stories as well. Like, it feels like more of an interaction like that than having to do anything with the canon itself.
Yeah. Shola 5-star. I bet Hilda would be
A 4-star.
like the Jet of FFXIV. I think that she would. Everybody would be waiting for her to come out, and then she never would. Yeah. Well, we'll see what they're gonna do with it, but I have zero faith that it will be good.
Honestly, that's where I'm at too. With all the stuff I've been talking about, like, it's not gonna be anything too new. Like, it's like gonna be the next Genshin Impact and whatnot. I don't even see it going to be an open world like that, to be honest. I just see it as like the games they already brought out. I don't see like some super ultra big project instead. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
Straight up. It's gonna be a spin-off game where you pay money to have the Crystal Exarch to summon anyone from the worlds. Crystal Worlds. A gacha mobile game.
I see they're thinking the exact same thing I'm pretty much thinking of. Yeah. It's basically a spin-off with their stories of like the other people of the worlds, but it's in the realm of Final Fantasy XIV. So it's going to be those characters.
No! No. Here's the thing. Here's why Genshin Impact is successful. As a person that's played a shitload of Genshin Impact for a year, over a year now, and who's pretty obsessed with the game.
I mean, I've played for over a year, but like when playing in a row, I've only played for about 364 days in a row. And then I took a break, and then I just play every now and then.
The main reason I think it is successful is because it has extremely good story that makes you care about the characters.
I actually do not agree with that because the story was nice in the beginning, but now I'm just like, story's there because I'm not really too into the story. Like, I don't remember much of the story either. My brain can't keep all that information. I got so many important things to do. But when it comes to gameplay in some memorial times, I don't know the word, but sometimes they're like more important than others and those stand out. But it's like, for me, it's the gameplay aspect and like the art style and the effects and the sound and the music is what brings it to me. It's not really the story itself. The story is just kind of like second there and it's still nice, but it's not the selling point.
That's the reason why I want
Because you could definitely write good stories, just put it in a book, but people aren't going to read that book. Psh, throw that book to the side. I'd rather watch.
pull on characters in Genshin Impact is because the story is so good that it really makes me care and makes me just want to have them around in my little teapot. Okay. That's a
Oh,
huge
crap. I accidentally left all my characters in the teapot for a long time and totally forgot about them. Oh gosh. I summoned all my waifus and I forgot about them. Oh, what does this make me? It's like I went to go get milk and I forgot to go back. Ah, crud. I hope my partner doesn't see this video.
Huge part of it. And this is something that really caught me off guard with Genshin and that I didn't expect. Because I thought, oh, people only want to pull for the waifus because they're cute waifus. They only want to pull in this game because they want the stats or whatever. But I don't care about stats, so it's not gonna be a problem for me. That's what I thought going in. And then I got totally blindsided when I get into playing the game, and it's a really, really engaging story that makes me care so much about these characters and like love them, and I want them. I want to have them around. It's the psychological pressure from like this character is my precious.
It's getting weird. It's getting odd in here. It's getting all into the Genshin talk.
It's part of why I feel this for me. This is a huge part of it. So, I feel like if they really wanted to emulate the success of Genshin Impact, then they might want to start with prioritizing high quality writing and high quality story. In the past, they've done
No, like a lot of the games has good story and stuff. That's not the problem. The story, it's more the problem of how smooth the gameplay is and like how you could immerse yourself as the player into it. Like, it doesn't have to be the story to immerse yourself into a game. Like, Call of Duty, for instance. Like, you get immersed in that game and all you do is shoot each other. Like, hello? I personally think it's the gameplay.
that, but it seems like something that they might want to really
Gameplay plus art, I should say.
really make sure that they get it right every time. Yeah. The sure love child story. Yeah. I mean, yeah, true. There are definitely characters that's just pure simping for me. That's true. That's fair. But not everyone.
Wow, so she likes the tortellini, huh? Can someone please show her the meme of, like, tortellini constantly being beat up in the Genshin Impact EXEs of, like, new characters whenever they come out? Just a compilation of that.
Nahida is the character that I absolutely loved her story, and it really made me want to pull for her. She's probably one of my favorite story characters overall. So, I don't know.
Yeah, that was quite interesting. Okay, at least it is kind of what I think it is. Other people think the same, that it's going to be like one of those mobile games where it's like not too different from what they already have. It's not going to be like a Genshin. If it was, then that'd be amazing. But from our experience with Squeenix, for how long it's been, they have not really changed their formula, let's say, to unless it's definitely gonna hurt them and they're on their last rope. They lose a lot of franchises this way, to be honest. But you know what? It's fine. I can't do anything about it. No one listens anyways. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If there's anything more that you'd like me to see related to Final Fantasy XIV, let me know, and I'll try to get to those. Otherwise, this could be a one-off. Alright, peace.